Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video from me, Mr. Locomotion. If you saw my 200 subscriber special, you'll remember I put together a MEGATRAIN that no single one of my engines could pull. But today, we will rebuild the MEGATRAIN, but a little differently, to see if these intrepid engines, by working together, can overcome it. Here is what they will be up against. Literally every piece of rolling stock I own. And making things even more complicated is that my busted Airfix 1400 has gone to the dark side, so to speak, and will be making this challenge much more difficult for the intrepid engines over here who dare to take it. So, let's stop blabbering and assemble the train. Alright, now we'll actually be working backwards, because at long last I have a brake van. So let's open the box up. It's a little finicky. Well, not really much protection in here for the model, so best be careful. Oh dear. Well, that complicates matters. The front coupler came off, or I guess technically this is the rear coupler came off because someone didn't put it in the box right. So I'll have to fix that later. But still, I guess, actually, this end is the part I'll be connecting to the train, so for now it's not an immediate emergency. Okay, so let's take this towed brake van and... Okay. Right, off you go. We'll be seeing you later. Right, next up, a Great Western ventilated van. Let's hope things go a little more smoothly here. Okay. Alright. That was painless. Go down there, join the toad. Okay. Next up we have a fairly new Great Western wagon from Dapple. Okay, and this one has some proper shelling to it to make sure it stays in one piece and doesn't break off when you try to take it out. Well done, Dapple. Okay. Okay, and down you go. Alright, now to go get the next batch of rolling stock. Alright, now sticking with the Great Western theme, at least for now, we have this orange Great Western wagon, which is actually from Bachmann's Thomas line, but it says Great Western, so we're counting it. Alright, off you go. Okay, now moving on to the private owner wagons. The next four in the set are from Oxford Rail. So, and all of them have one of these little tiny Thomas things in it that I found a while back, but unfortunately the dog found them first. Alright, so NMH, down you go. Okay, Ricket, this one tends to derail when I run these privately. Let's hope that doesn't happen here. Down you go. FJ Newton, down you go. And last but not least, Green Hill Colliery. Oh, sorry. There we go, Green Hill Colliery. Sorry. The camera's a bit weird. Alright. That's all of the freight-based rolling stock. I will go get the passenger rolling stock. Alright. Proceeding to get the Thomas passenger rolling stock out of the way first. Here's wait, wrong one. We're going to try and do this the right way. as it's meant to be in the show with Annie and Clarabelle, so Clarabelle derailed. Just a moment. Finally sorted. Clarabelle and curves, I suppose. And then I think Annie goes at the front in the show properly, right behind Thomas. And that one derailed as well. Ugh. Now you might remember when I reviewed a train set I got for Christmas that came with Annie and Clarabelle, that Thomas derailed constantly. And for a moment I thought it was Annie and Clarabelle, but no, even when I ran Thomas on his own, he was just going haywire all over the place, so I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, it seems Annie and Clarabelle are no better when it comes to derailing curves. Anyway, we'll swiftly attach Emily's coaches as I fumble. Now this one is meant to be at the end of a train, but it's going to be in the middle, so down you go, and you didn't derail. Well done. Alright. Let's hope the past predicts the future. And there we go. Okay, next up we have the Great Western four-wheel coaches. I have 5 of these. This is proving to be a meaty train. Okay, 3. 2. 1. Okay, clearly I need to move the MEGATRAIN back a bit to fit the next 3 to 4 coaches. Be right back. Alright, the last set of coaches to go are these bogey coaches from the Lord of the Isles limited edition set. You can tell they're a bit up there in years because they use plastic wheels instead of metal. Although sometimes with Formby's new products, they do cut corners like that to save a little bit of cash. I understand, particularly with the giant Coke bottle flatbed, if you've seen that video Sam's Trains made about it. Okay, there's one. Didn't quite make it to the MEGATRAIN, but we'll worry about that later. Gate number 2. Okay. Last and not least, there we go. And now, taking the front seat of the MEGATRAIN is Great Western number 1442, sitting atop a Oxford Rail Pilchard wagon. Okay, and that is the complete list of rolling stock. Let me just pause briefly to get my camera off of its tripod so I could show you the whole MEGATRAIN, because when I say mega, I mean mega. Okay, if you didn't believe me when I said this was a MEGATRAIN, you will now. Look at that, and it just keeps going. In fact, I think all of the rolling stock alone takes up half the layout. The trains being able to move this alone will be a miracle, but it'll be another miracle if the train doesn't crash into itself, considering that we'll most likely need a double or triple header in order to move all of this. Let's hope it doesn't take too much of a toll on my poor outlets. But enough prattling on. Let's get the engines. Alright, I had hoped to have Oliver, Backman Oliver, assist in this first run, which will be headed by Great Western Engines exclusively, but he kept derailing, so he's marooned on Freak Island there. So instead, Lord of the Isles and BR 8771 will be making the first attempt. Let's get them coupled up. Oh dear. 8771 isn't responding. Just a moment. Still nothing. Be right back. Alright, turns out 8771 just needs a bit more juice than... See, just needed a bit more juice than Lord of the Isles does. We will switch to the forwards direction and get started. If you see any movement, you'll know. Okay? Oh, wrong way. But promising. Oh, we're seeing some movement. And it's because one of the cars is decoupled. And partially derailed. Alright, let's get ourselves reconnected. And let's try this again. Hey, it's actually moving the whole train. Slowly but surely. Seeing some movement. And we've had a stall. Another coach derailed. Let's see if we can keep this momentum going, though. Evidently not, because now 778 is acting up. Alright, 7718 is fully re-railed. Let's see if we can keep this momentum going. Well, we had it for half a second. Another derailment. Sometimes I think God hates my trains. I'm like Reverend Lovejoy, I guess. Ugh. Alright, this time it was the Green Hill colliery wagon that decoupled from Clarabelle. But still, we had a lot of good motion there. Let's see if we can keep it going. And now 7718 is acting up again. But, in conclusion, we were able to get 2 engines that could move the MEGATRAIN. Now, let's see if we can get them to get that momentum and keep it. Alright, the Realistics have had their try, so let's see if James and Edward can do it. Come on, let's back up. Okay, and we were almost connected. Okay, let's see, forward, and oh, looks like we're doing it, almost. Always a decoupling. And now everything is seized up. Marvellous. Can we just, maybe, I don't know. Okay, that seems to have done the trick. And we've left most of the train behind. Okay, well, it's moving, it's not entirely connected, and it's moving backwards, but it is moving. Let's see if we can keep this going long enough to see the back of the brake van pass by. I'm sorry if most of what you've been looking at for a while was static imagery of the train, but here comes the brake van, so technically one of the coaches is derailed, they're moving backwards, but they have in fact done it. Let's see if we can get them to meet us around here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, one of the collets is derailed, as you can see there. But I'll take it. And I spoke too soon. But yes, they have done it. I'll just turn them off now. Okay, so the MEGATRAIN has been conquered. Well done, James and Edward. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video. Until then, goodbye.